how to stop being a good boy. So today we're going to talk about boundaries, and it's actually one of the hardest topics for me because I used to be a person, a good boy, who actually wanted to please people, basically a people pleaser. And for me, it was actually very important that everybody likes me and that I'm good and that I'm nice. And in any conflict, I was actually trying to smooth things out so like nobody is actually kind of like mad or angry at me. Yeah, so, and that changed and changed a lot, especially in my like work life. So I want to talk about that. And I'm going to start with the most difficult one because I think if you clicked on this video, probably you're also interested in like how to set boundaries, how to stop being a good boy, how to actually speak up, stop being quiet. And the first one is respect yourself. Yes, it is so fucking obvious, but it is actually the most important thing. So, but what does that even mean? Like, how do you actually respect yourself? And what does it mean in practice? Because you can just like wake up and then think like, oh, I'm gonna respect myself. So the thing is, you have to imagine the person that you respect, right? And how do you go towards this person? So usually you listen to them, you pay attention to what they say, it actually matters to you what they're saying. You'll also do as you were told if you respect this person most of the time, if we talk about like work balance, right? Work life. So, and this is exactly what you're supposed to do when you think about yourself. So one of the things would be you start keeping promises to yourself, right? So if you think, oh, I would like to do something, for example, tomorrow morning I would like to go to work out. And if it would be about the person that you really respect, you would have to do it anyways, no matter what. If you're tired or if you, I don't know, not feeling like it today, you still would go and you would do the workout, right? So this is the reason why, like, if you respect yourself, you keep promises to yourself. And that is one of the most important things. And it's not only about like a very difficult maintaining things like discipline and working out and eating healthy, but also things of like, oh, I always wanted to try something. And I told myself, oh, this year I'm going to do that. And then a year passes and you've never done it. And and this is the reason why like your respect for yourself goes down a little bit. So think about the things that you promise yourself or you think you want to do and then you're just not doing it. For some reason, Kira, nein, geht nicht. And let me take you here, the cutie. The cutie is here. The second thing, which is also like respect yourself, right? Talk nicely to yourself. That is also very important because if you think about the person that you respect, right? You're probably not gonna like say, hey, fuck you, right? I don't care what you think, or being like nasty or something because Kira, go. And yeah, this is what you're supposed to do. So when you think about yourself, you talk respectfully to yourself. It doesn't mean you have to pity yourself. It doesn't mean you're like, oh, poor me, like, yeah, I'm so nice, blah, 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 blah. No, respectfully, right? You think, okay, we wanted to do that. And I actually want to do that. So let's just make sure we do it. Yeah, we start thinking about like, how should I prepare? How should I make sure that I'm going to be able to do a certain thing? How am I going to be able to afford to try a new thing out that I actually always wanted to try, right? And then, okay, if something doesn't work out, doesn't happen, you say, hey, I understand. This happened. It was complicated. It was difficult. We'll do it next time. But the next time, we're going to do A, B, C. Because this is how you usually talk to a person that you respect. You're like, hey, sorry, I couldn't do that, but I've got a plan. I'll do A, B, C, right, next time, and it's going to be way better, right? So this is what you do. The other thing is kind of similar, right? Listen to yourself. Listen to the things that your body tells you. Listen to what your mind tells you, what they actually want, right? So one of the things, for example, you have a party to attend to, right? And you already said yes. And you said it to another person. So this is the case where you think, okay, I gave my word. my word is so worth and I have to keep it. But you are so freaking tired. Like you have no social battery or emotional battery or physical battery or whatsoever. And you're like, okay, it's 6 p.m. I have to get ready and it's 7 p.m., right? So in this case, I'm not talking about like when you have to show up for people that really need you and your friends and your family. But I talk about things that are like not as important, not as urgent, and not as meaningful to people, right? In this case, you listen to your body, you listen to yourself, and you say, hey, no, I have to stay in, right? And it was a huge thing for me. Before, I was thinking like, I gave my word, and it's so important that I keep it. But then I understand by keeping that word, I'm using violence against myself. I am just like torturing myself right now. So why would I ever do that? It doesn't make any sense for me now. So this is what you're supposed to do. Yeah, just pay attention to yourself. I have the notes there, so I sometimes don't forget the next point. Yeah, the second thing is kind of important, but also very difficult to do as well. And it sounds very egoistic. It also sounds very self-centered, and also sounds, yeah, like you're an asshole a little bit, but that's life. So you have to know that people are replaceable. That's it. That's the truth. And for me, it was actually a very interesting experience, right? Because I moved abroad at 20 years old and I had friends. Wow, I had friends, surprise. But like I had friends, very good friendships, right? And I left them all behind. And of course you have internet, whatever, but like, let's not kid ourselves, right? It's not the same. And when you move there, you understand that you don't have the circle anymore. And you understand you gotta build a new one. But it's possible. It is possible. And of course, like as an immigrant in a new country, like you grab to every single friendship that you can actually get because like you don't want to be alone there. But already moving here, right, it was a lesson to me that people are replaceable. Like you had friends, now you have new friends, right? And also at the same time, like as I mentioned, I was grabbing like every friendship that I could, and I realized, oh damn, like the circle of friends that I have, it's not doing it for me. We don't have the same values. I don't feel like I can be myself around them. I don't feel I'm being that respected. I actually felt pitied a lot. Hate it. Anyways, and this was the case where I was just like, okay, yeah, a new circle of friends, because why do I need those? But it is possible, and for me it was easier to do because I know I've done it before. I know people are replaceable. I know I'm gonna find new friendships, new people. Kira, aus! Was ist denn los mit dir? Hör auf! Sorry, exactly. And so when you see friendships, connections that don't work for you, just remember, people are replaceable. It is more difficult and more complicated with family, people that you're actually super close with, but still, it is the truth. Yeah, the third one, oh damn, I'm still kind of working on it, and I started to work on it this year, but I have been enjoying it so much. So, one of the things, you have to work on your aggression. Me being a good boy meant like, there are emotions that I can experience, right? Like being happy, being kind, being glad. I mean, not all of that is emotions, but like the feelings, emotion whatsoever, right? Like those are the positive emotions, right? Being supportive, whatever. And then sometimes in life, because we're all human, of course, we have feelings and emotions like anger, and suddenly you're jealous, or you hate someone, or you hate something, or you're upset. And I was fighting against that. I was really fighting against this thing of like, no, this is not me, and this is not how it's supposed to be. I'm not supposed to feel those emotions. They're bad. But no, No, they're not bad. It's just normal. It's just human to feel those things because we have a spectrum of emotions. One of the things that I realized, it was like a conversation with my sister. I will say it vaguely because it's a personal story for her and for me, but it is still very, easy to digest, I would say. I was jealous. I was simply jealous of something that she basically achieved or had. And I told her, hey, I have been feeling this way and I'm so jealous. I don't want to feel that way, but I do. And her response was, oh, that's totally normal. That's completely okay. For me, it was groundbreaking because I thought she might be upset and she would say, well, as a brother, you shouldn't be. But she was like, yeah, it's normal. It's fine. Like, you have those emotions and that's completely okay. And the thing is, you're probably not gonna achieve this thing that I have right now. So we can also mourn it. And I was like, damn. All right, that was very eye-opening, right? And also in therapy, right? I started to work on the things of like anger issues, but my issue was that I didn't have the anger to express. I mean, I had it, but I was suppressing it. And yeah, so what does it mean practically? It's a little bit trickier because you don't want to be an asshole, but believe me, if you're a good boy or a good girl, I don't know, then you're not gonna go right in telling people to fuck themselves and shove it there because you're a good boy. So you're not used to it. So don't worry. Like really, because the thing is like when you think, I'm gonna just say something now, it's probably gonna be still all right and not super crazy. At least that's the case for me. And yeah, so one of the things, for example, you start speaking up when something is just simply not all right and it doesn't sit right with you. One of the things would be, so I have a client still. We're still working together. And we had a shoot. So like I do social media for people. And if they're in Vienna, I also do the shootings and the editings depending on the package they take. So this one was like a lower package a little bit, but still it was included that I film and then edit. This guy, anyways, set a one date, right? The day before, he calls me and says, hey, sorry, can't make it tomorrow. Can we postpone? I'm like, sure, you got it. Happens, lives. Let's do 2 days later. Sure. What do you think? What do you think happens? Oh, right. They are postponing again. And I'm like, And I had a reason, right? But still, I'm like, second time already? Sure. When does it work for you? Because like, I'm not just lying around on my couch, right? I am working. And they're like, oh yeah, let's do like in 2 days. I'm like, okay, keep in mind, we should stick to it, right? What do you think happened next? Really? On that day, on that freaking day, when I was already about to head out, I was eating at the restaurant my lunch, and then I was about to head out because it was 30 minutes before our appointment. I get a call. Dex, sorry, I can't today. Not ready. What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm like, what do you mean not ready? Well, like, yeah, we have the ideas for the videos, but I didn't go through with them so much. And I'm like, sure. And then I was like, this is not okay. But man, like I'm super busy. I have a business to run. I have employees. I'm like, it doesn't matter. This is not okay. We can't postpone all the time. No, but we're gonna make it, and of course we're gonna have a shoot. I'm like, of course we are, because I'm going on vacation next week, so we have to do it, but that's not okay. I said it as many times as possible to make sure a person knows that it's not okay until I got an apology, or somewhat an apology, but the answer was, Dex, you are right, this is not okay. After I heard that, I dropped it. I was like, okay, the person got my message. It's fine. We can work with that. Yeah, so see, it was nothing crazy. I did not call names. I did not say something like, oh my God, how can you be like blah, 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 blah. No, it's just like setting the boundary and saying this is not okay. Yeah, and I mean, it's the first step, right? I think for the future me, please, right? If it's gonna be like it was 4 times postponing a meeting. If it's gonna be 3 times, I'm like, damn, no. Who wants that, right? But I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I'm working on those sides of me, right? So yeah, and then think about the emotions that you get, either frustration or being upset or being angry, hating something. There are things in life that I just fucking hate. And I tried to work on those things. I said, maybe I don't want to be a hateful person. I'm like, fuck it. I hate it. It doesn't matter, right? One of the things that where I really express my aggression and my anger, because it really is crazy. Subway stations, public transport. Love it. Amazing. Oh my fucking God. So, like, I think it's a universal rule, right? But like, you have an escalator, and in Vienna, usually you stand on the right side and you walk on the left side. It is for people who want to get to the train faster and they want to actually get the next train and not just standing there and wasting their time. So I'm usually on the left side, and I'm getting there. It was just like the other day, and there are like 2 girls standing there. And I was like, what is going on? I was like, rechts staan, links gaan. Hallo. And then she looked at me like, what is your problem? I was like, well, links gaan. Oh my, damn. Or when people stand just like in front of the subway doors and just don't let you get out. I'm like, aussteigen lassen bitte. Einfach aussteigen lassen. Was ist denn los mit euch? See, this is the case where you can actually do it, because it is just like so annoying and so frustrating, and you're probably never going to see this person again. And I mean, even if you do, you will know that this is the person who like doesn't understand social cues and can't interact properly with people. Damn. Yeah, so see, this is working. It's working. Like I'm getting there, huh? Because before it would be a thing where I would be like, hey, annoying, but okay, I'm gonna stand on the left side and wait till I get up there. But not anymore. Or I would like send a voice memo complaining about it to a friend, but not do anything. But now I can do both. I can annoy people as well as they annoy me, and then I send a voice memo to a friend and complain about it. So yeah, those were my tips for how to stop being a good boy. I really hope you enjoyed it and you can take something out of it as practical tips, but maybe also something to change your perspective. And I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye.